Did you miss us? I missed me.
We're staying away because when we stay away, our subscription number goes up.
By one. It's a proven.
Yeah, that's what we're finding. That
Actually, I didn't want to do any podcasts because I cut my hair. I shaved my head, right? And then I was.
But you're wearing a hat.
Yeah, I'm. No. Wait, let me get you. You interrupted, and so I shaved my head, and then I was like, well, let me trim my beard up. And when I trimmed it way too short. Looked absolutely ridiculous, and I refused to be on camera when I looked that goofy.
You know, keeping a beard even, and it's a chore, man.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
It wasn't the trying to line it up. I literally took the trimmers with the guard, and I thought it was going to be, I had a 3 guard on my little trimmer thing, and I went this way instead of going this way. And yeah, it was way too, I was like, oh my goodness. Like if I was in high school, I would beat me up. I look goofy.
You know what Josh from Stumper Wild's thinking, right? Why do you guys trim your beards?
Yeah. But and then I got quite a few things to talk about. They're mostly happy, but this one that planned on doing a podcast last week, but or not last week, but yeah, last week. Cause see, my brain's still a little. I'm still in a migraine hangover area, but I suffered a migraine at the beginning of this week, and so that kind of threw a wrench in me being able to shoot a podcast. Cause yeah, the timing was all off, and it was bad. But I learned some things about migraines because I went and worked out last night with my buddy Mickey, and I was telling him about like what happens, and he was like, dude, that sounds like a mini stroke. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, they mimic like mini strokes. And he's like, no, that doesn't sound like it's mimicking. It sounds like it is. And I was like, So I went home, I got on Google, and I started looking at like symptoms and everything and like what mini strokes like really entail. And yeah, I don't know. They're just super severe migraines. Because what I was reading is for as long as I've been getting them, I should be dead or a vegetable.
And not that I'm wishing bad on you, but with Mickey saying that, I was thinking, all right, because you said, Dad, you're going to have a stroke if you keep working out as hard as you do.
Yeah. But I don't work out as hard as you.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying.
Notes.
You'd be the one who had the stroke.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But the one thing that he goes, you should probably go see a doctor. I said, you know why I'm not going to go see a doctor? Because chances are I go and they're like, oh, yeah, your head is screwed. We're going to take your license. And the only reason I don't feel bad about not going to see a doctor with the possibility of like that happening is because the way I get my migraines, I know they're coming before they actually hit me. So I'm able to pull over to a safe spot. So I'm not going to put anybody's life in jeopardy.
So any of you who are listening who don't suffer from migraines, or you might be thinking, migraine, that's just a headache. Man, there are different types of migraines, and Chris doesn't get just a headache migraine. It's bad. It's horrible. And, it started with, I think, my grandmother, and then my uncle, and then you. And I am so glad it skipped me, man.
Yeah, I really hope it skips my boys.
And then I was reading, I think I told you, I was perusing, oh, that's a nice word, perusing John Calvin's.
You just did that to make yourself sound more photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Using big words over there.
So John Calvin, he suffered from migraines and stomach issues. Yeah. I was like, so
I wonder if he suffered from the migraines, which caused like the vomiting, or was it the other end? Because
the other end,
I throw up bad.
He had digestive issues.
Oh, okay.
Is what it said. So I'm thinking digestive means
yeah.
So, but I'm thinking,
what if his was just like it turned him like rock solid? How do you know it was the other alternative of just liquid?
Well, that's true.
Which would you prefer?
Liquid.
Really?
Because I've had both. Liquid. Because when you're fighting, you guys are going to love this podcast. When you're fighting and your insides start coming outside, that's because it's hard.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's,
I've had them. No, I've had some really bad hemorrhoids, and it was because they were soft.
well, yeah, you could get them, but the hard ones are going to push from further up and just
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't had it that bad.
take things out.
Isn't that
Anybody eating?
shitty?
Is anybody eating? This would go good with a Hostess cupcake or a ho-ho.
A little Debbie. Maybe a Baby Ruth bar with some Mountain Dew.
So what else? You said you had.
Well, you know, I'm gonna. You think British orphans get excited when they see signs that say "mums for sale"? Those are
You need to say it slower.
all right. Do you think? No, I'm just kidding. I had this thought. I was working earlier today.
You
and
didn't read that?
No,
Man, that you should hold on to that. Somebody is gonna steal that.
I don't. Here, you can have it for free. All right.
Oh man, this is a good joke.
Things get stolen from me all the time. Thanks, Uncle Sam. But yeah, I was working and we passed this like garden, a green. What's it called?
Greenhouse.
Yeah. And there was a sign that said "Mums for sale." Now, obviously, those are flowers, but I also know, you know, the British mum. So my question is, do you think British orphans get excited when they see signs that say "Mums for sale"? I don't know. I feel like it would give them just a brief moment of, oh my god, oh, just horrible.
Deferred hope to crushing disappointment. Oh,
They're not going to cook dinner for you, but they will make your house smell nice.
yeah. So, sad news for you XY on the Fly followers, because we know you're all a bunch of liberals. Isn't it awesome that Dianne Feinstein died today? It's about time, isn't it? Oh, don't think I'm cruel or mean. God, man, I'm glad she's gone. Unless they get somebody worse.
They probably will. Wasn't she over like California or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll get somebody worse. Don't you worry.
That's true.
Don't you worry.
True. That's true.
California is definitely a hold my beer state.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, no, that is disingenuous to beer. They're definitely a hold my White Claw state.
White Claw. Isn't that Russian?
You know what? You know why I don't? It's so sad that that's how you got to get them to retire.
I know.
Why don't you?
Oh, speaking, because I got this right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was talking to my uncle, and we were these politicians, and I mentioned there should be an age cutoff, and he said no. And this is good.
There should be a mental state cutoff.
A cognitive test for older
Yeah.
politicians that they have to take every 6 months if they're over the age of 80. What's wrong with that?
I don't even think I'd pass one now with the way my brain works.
Well, look, how did they get around? Listen, when in the military, law enforcement, whatever, certain positions, certain jobs, employment, we had to give piss tests all the time.
Yeah.
What is wrong with our politicians having to answer to some things
absolutely.
like a cognitive test?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Darn
But that brings me back to the whole migraine hangovers. That was a term that I learned. That's what it's called after you suffer a migraine and your brain is in like this fog. You're not 100% okay yet. And it can last anywhere from a couple hours to, like mine, lasts for a couple days. The first day after my migraine is always the worst. And I actually talked to my boss and I was like, yeah, the next time I get a severe migraine, the following day, I'm not going to be working because I shouldn't have worked that day, and I still did.
Who'd you work with, though? A good person?
I mean, yeah.
No, that makes it cool. Here's something you need to try. Yeah, you believe in the magnetic poles and
Yes.
Not that I'm wishing a migraine on you, but the next time you have one, the next day, go out in your front yard in the grass and stand there barefooted and see if the electro things will do something for your head. Because your mom mentioned that to me because I go through, sometimes even when I've taken my medication, I get really, really anxious and I can't explain it. Things feel out of control. And so your mom told me that today, and I was like, as she was telling me that, I was like, wonder if that would work for Chris's migraine fog.
I don't know.
You'd have to be barefooted, though.
Yeah.
So-
But that large Coke and 2 cheeseburgers from McDonald's got me feeling a lot better. I don't know what it is about McDonald's. It's got to be the chemicals in their meat patties, but
Yeah, any other time we don't want to eat it.
yeah,
but-
I don't ever eat McDonald's, like ever. I don't ever eat McDonald's except after suffering a severe migraine. And I actually tried to skip McDonald's this time, and I was not bouncing back like I was. So I asked Roxy, I was like, hey, can you run to McDonald's? And she did, and it really did. I don't know what it is.
It's the same way when I don't do it all the time, or I'd be 500 pounds because of how often I have problems. But when the shiitake is really, really bad,
Yeah.
I have your mom pick me up a cheeseburger, a fry, and a Coke.
Nice.
And yeah, it does. Maybe it's psychological, just that gives you endorphins or something.
I don't know, because I tried, psychologically getting myself better with different food.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Yeah, there's got to be some chemicals in McDonald's food.
Yeah. It really helps me out. So thanks, McDonald's. That's the only time I'll thank you.
Which, by the way, speaking of chemicals, I've been waiting for eggnog to come out, and every time Teresa and I go over to Walmart, I'm checking for it. Well, Southern Comfort eggnog was there today, so I grabbed me a half gallon, and Teresa said, "Let me see that," because she was seeing on Facebook about how engineered, what is it?
Bioengineered food.
Bioengineered food is in so much of our stuff now. And she goes, "Let me see your eggnog." And she's reading the ingredients, and then she gets to, and sure enough, right there on the carton, bioengineered food products. And I said, that's probably why it tastes so good. I know you heard this. I don't know if Fly fans heard this. And somebody fill me in, because, like I say, I retired federal law, and I definitely don't. And most of what I dealt with was immigration law. Somebody explain to me how this New York judge found Donald Trump and his adult son liable for fraud. I'm using the word liable. They said guilty for fraud, and canceled, which you would have to be guilty to have the Trump Organization business certification canceled.
Hey, hold that mic closer to your mouth.
Why?
Like, angle it a little better, because I'm not picking up very much sound.
Okay. So how do you get proven guilty of something without a court appearance? Somebody who knows more than me, help me to understand this. This country is so
it's because we're living in
corrupt.
an alternate reality. See, it used to be innocent until proven guilty. Now it's guilty until proven innocent.
Depending on who you are.
So.
if it's Biden, you're innocent until
Forever.
exactly.
You don't.
Yeah, there was something I was going right along with what you were saying. No, I don't remember.
Alternate reality.
No, it's just so freaking crazy that things are happening, and like my buddy here who belongs to the militia, and it's like I said, you guys can't do crap, none of you, because you don't. Okay, you can get the militia here together in Missouri, but you can't get the militia together with Missouri, Michigan, Wisconsin, everything.
See, I just been praying that God teams me up with an archangel and we just go ham.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I'm not even stressing about Paul. I don't even care. That's why I said I got a lot of happy, different kind of topics.
Well, bring them up, man, because I got some.
So I came across a video on TikTok, which is what you do on TikTok. It's just all videos. It's not like I randomly come across a video on TikTok and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll watch this. No, it's all videos. If you don't watch TikTok, and I came. It was a couple.
And I want to say, after you're done with this, I want to say something, because that's a social media site, right?
Okay, yeah.
TikTok is?
Yeah. This couple, one of them, taught under, oh my gosh, special needs kids. There you go. He taught that, and then she was a teacher. She started OnlyFans, right? She's making over $100,000 $100,000 a month. Here's my problem. All right, here's my problem with that. One, why are you going to degrade yourself like that? But on the other hand, how do I join? Because $100,000 a month, listen, that not only made me jealous, but it kind of made me miserable because I'm like, here I am over here trying to be an upright individual, live a good life, lead by example. And then there's other people over here who are like, let me show you my vagina, $100,000 a month.
What shall it profit a man?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know the end results, okay? I understand that. But I would love a bone to be thrown my way, Like,
OnlyFans, and you'd love a bone
Yeah.
to be thrown your way.
yeah, I did that on purpose. I would just, like, oh, gosh, man, like, why?
Wait a minute. On XY on the fly, we're knocking out more than 100,000 a month, aren't we? Since
100,000 milliseconds, maybe, if you add up all the videos.
There you go. Since you brought that up, what was I? Before I get to this one, because something about you said about OnlyFans.
I don't understand.
Oh yeah,
like-
what you said. Why would you degrade yourself? Look, well, you said she's married.
I guess.
Her freaking husband must be a beta male, man.
I don't know.
If you're going to be a husband and let your woman show her coochie to other people, you're a freaking beta male. You heard it here first.
But see, I'm devil's advocate here. 100,000 a month.
What shall it profit a man or a woman if they gain the whole world and lose their soul?
Who said anything about the world? He's probably got a jet ski. You ever seen somebody sat on a jet ski? That's all I'm saying. 100,000.
Somebody throw this guy a bone.
Let's get those subscribers up, people. Let's get those views up so I can quit being jealous of these. I'm not really jealous. It doesn't.
In case you guys don't know, Chris wants a jet ski. And I don't know if Suzuki makes jet skis, but that's what he would want.
I want to. Oh, man. I've been looking at bikes. Bikes.
What kind? Wait, before you get to bikes, let me say this, because you brought up TikTok and that. It was found that every social media site, now I'm sure this is before Musk got Twitter, every one media site agreed with the government to censor everyone who didn't meet the guidelines they were looking for. And basically what that means is if you were a conservative, you were censored.
Yeah. No, yeah, I already knew that.
Every social media site agreed with that. No
that's-
wonder Musk bought Twitter.
That's why I've gotten on TikTok before, and I've told them to lick my nuts because they've deleted a video that they didn't agree with. So,
I don't is Musk even a conservative?
no.
See, and so he bought Twitter, not even being a conservative, but knowing that.
I don't know if you know this, but he's talking about charging for like actually using.
Yeah, I know, because
It's called X now.
Yeah,
anyway.
because it's not doing super well.
I think that's because he cut out a lot of the advertising.
Wow.
Like Twitter was doing a lot of advertisements and stuff like that, and just I don't know.
He needs to go back to advertising. Advertisements is where your money's at, man. If you look at people who vlog, like this is a vlog kind of.
Yeah.
They do short little advertisements for them, and the people they're advertising for give them
Yeah.
the stuff that they have and
Yeah,
everything.
we're not big enough for that yet, though.
Yeah, I
so.
know. Well, we're big enough, man. We're big.
Yeah.
We're big.
That
Bring
was
it on.
actually another thing that I was noticing today. I don't. This isn't a cocky thing, but for the longest time, I wasn't considering myself to be a bigger dude. Right? I see myself all the time. I'm like, yeah, I can see that I'm growing. I'm getting size. But today, I was at Firehouse Subs, and it was kind of busy in there, and I just started looking around, and I was like, I'm bigger than every single one of these guys in here. Like, there's not a single guy in here. I mean, except for the fat guys, but that's a different kind of big. But like, yeah, I don't
I'm
know,
bigger
just
than
clicked.
most men every morning I wake up.
Yeah, that's a different subject.
Is that a different kind of big?
Yeah.
Hey, what I noticed, this is what I noticed at 61 years old. That's right, Fly fans, 61. I'm in better shape than most people my age.
Oh, yeah,
or
for sure.
even younger than me. And yeah, I'll have to make sure my buddy Dan Armentrout watches this one because of what he said that I was never, your size. Or bite me, Dan Armentrout, bite me. Just wanted to get that off my chest. And I also want to get off my chest because I saw a military bumper sticker today. Is Sergeant Stripes on the guy's windshield, and it said, hashtag one of the lucky ones. And now I don't know if that means one of the lucky ones he got to come home, but if it meant one of the lucky ones because he got to serve, listen to me. Do not join the military while it's being controlled. Well, it doesn't, Democrat or Republican. Don't join the military anymore because they are using you. We're fighting wars that we have no business in. It's all a crock. That is it Blackstone? Is that the name of it? The corporation? They have all the military contracts. Yeah. That's why we get in wars. War is money for them people, and it just costs our lives. They are using us as pawns. The only war we need to have, and I'm not suggesting this, YouTube, is for the Americans to come together and say enough is enough with this government we have. Not our country, not our country, not the Constitution, this freaking corrupt, crooked government.
You know what's crazy? You wouldn't even have to waste a round to do that. If everybody would just come together and be like, yeah, we're not doing a darn thing.
But you can't get them.
Yeah, you can't.
Your mom is the only one because they were all talking about it, and she just stayed quiet in her water aerobics. Now, granted, those are older people.
They're on their way out anyway.
They're all, got to get that next set of vaccines for COVID. How stupid. The proof has been made.
Don't even argue with them. Don't try and change their mind. Let it happen. Just let it be what it is. That's just like
thinning out the herd. I agree.
Well, not just that,
but I mean, how do you become so dumb that you don't realize, whoa, this has happened and all this happened. I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. Well,
I talked to one person.
Common sense really doesn't exist nowadays.
I talked to one person. She's a marathon runner in her 70s.
Yeah.
She said, I took the first one and said, no more.
Yeah.
So she was smart enough. She realized, hey, things aren't feeling right. Nope. I'm a runner. I don't need this. Why aren't other people that smart?
Did you see how they're coming forward now, the FDA, and they're saying how none of these cold medications actually do anything for you? Have you seen that?
No.
So how long have cold medicines been out?
Forever.
And they're just now.
Don't they help with congestion?
They don't actually work. No, they don't do
nothing.
From the articles that I read, nothing. You're getting a placebo is what you're getting. So these have been out forever, and they're just now going. Yeah, they don't work. They don't do anything. So my next question is okay. So the first the first vaccines that came out, and they were like, yeah. And now they came out with an even newer one, and they're like, you only need one of these. And you need to understand, this one works. Well, this one works. So you're saying the other one doesn't work? Like, it's just, come on, man. Come on. Now.
I got you.
Like I told somebody else, you want to get, by all means, you want to get it. I hope you don't, but if you do, that's your choice. Leave me alone.
Yep.
And if for some reason, somehow, I do lose my life because, I didn't get it and the virus gets me and just takes me out. Good. I'm tired of being surrounded by most of you people.
Yeah.
And
I
don't. Yeah.
And if it got you and took you out, it wouldn't have mattered if you had the vaccine or not. It would have got you and taken you out.
Yeah. Speaking of death, this really grinded
death.
my gears.
I love death. Go ahead.
Yeah. This really grinded my gears. All right. funeral traffic.
Yeah.
No. Why am I pulling over for you? Why? No. That unacceptable. The person's dead. It's not like they're going to care. Okay? Why do I have to I have places to be. You know where you have to be? The cemetery. It's not going anywhere. Where I need to be could go somewhere. I'm on a very tight schedule a lot of the times. Why do I have to pull over? So what I'm going to say is when I die, listen, first of all, I better not get buried in a cemetery. Just scatter my ashes wherever. I don't care. Maybe in front of a Firehouse Subs. I love Firehouse Subs.
You know,
They
when
make
you turn
some
me
good
on
subs.
they make the best subs.
They make really good subs.
They really
and they
do.
donate to, first responders and
They
everything.
really do make good subs.
So I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, no, why? No. I don't like it. It's unacceptable in my opinion. Well, that's so they don't get separated and split up. Listen, we all have smartphones nowadays. We all have Google, and we all can put in the address of where the cemetery is.
Well, it's supposed
okay?
to be for respect.
No, I don't care. No. Did they respect me by making me pull over and wait for them to pass? No.
Yeah.
They didn't.
There's
going to be more segments like this in our podcast from
in
now on. because-
Texas, they're so respectful. You can have the big median and 2 lanes on the other side, and they'll pull over on that side for a funeral, which
That's
I never
weird.
got.
don't
But
get it.
I guess they're just showing we're Texans. We're very respectful to the dead.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's because then they know they got another Democrat vote. So, yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Sure. Let's pay our respects right there.
So, you ever heard you hear? I hear it plenty. You ever heard that saying? The devil is in the details.
Yes.
That is not the original saying.
All right. Hit me with it.
And it just goes to show you, man. The original phrase is God is in the details. And I Googled this to make sure, because your mom told me about it. And when you say God is in the details, the phrase means that you should ensure that everything you do is done truthfully. The phrase the devil is in the details is a variation of the original phrase. And I'd say that's a big variation. But the phrase God is in the details, which your mom told me is attributed to this person, but as I read Google, they said maybe not. They said it's attributed to a number of people, most notably, this is who your mom told me, to the German-born architect Ludwig Mies van der, it's German, from 1886 to he lived in 1969. But Google said, however, it is generally accepted not to have originated with him. The phrase, the devil is in the details, evolved from the phrase, God is in the details. See, and that's just like a freaking liberal. See, conservatives, even if they're not Christian, Christ bearers, they're usually moral.
Okay.
Most conservatives are moral. Liberals, Democrats are the exact opposite. So change it from God is in the details to the devil is in the details, because that's who they represent anyway. But I thought that was pretty interesting to find, because I have always heard it, the devil is in the details. Hopefully if I use that phrase from this point forward, I will say God is in the details, because that makes a lot more sense.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
A lot more sense.
God is in the details, and the devil's allowed to play.
Yeah, indeed. And you sent me, was it you who sent me the thing with Bryce Mitchell, the UFC fighter?
Oh, yeah, the whole Bible and all that.
That was incredible,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That was incredible. He is a...
You know what's crazy? I saw a lot of comments in that because I took a screenshot, and there were people who were like, "Yeah, but he's a flat earther," and da 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 da. Listen, okay, let's clear some things up here, okay? Whether you are a flat earther or not has no bearing on your relationship with Jesus Christ. In no way, shape, or form, if I found out that the world is actually flat, am I going to go, that must mean there's no God? I don't. I'll just be like, oh, shit. All right. Earth's flat. I at this point,
They lied to us again.
I'd be like, I could fucking see it.
Yeah.
I don't.
We're not flat earthers, but the point is we get lied to so much, man.
I do kind of. Oh man, I've seen some things about flat Earth. How we're like in the center of like a much larger actual like. There's other places beyond Antarctica, and we're surrounded by it, right? That fascinates me. I'm like, man, that'd be cool if that'd be true. And they say that's like that. The reason that's how you get time travelers. They're not actually from the future. They're from a more advanced civilization that's on the other side. I don't know if you've heard that, but
well, I
that's just
haven't
cool to
heard
me.
that, but I have heard that actually, if you go past that, there's a wall, and there's this guy named Truman living up there, and they're filming his life.
If you haven't seen The Truman Show with Jim Carrey, great show.
It is a great show.
It's pretty old, but great show.
It is a great show. Yeah, I just can't believe the Fly fans, you heard Chris and I say it. Trump will not be the Republican nominee. Do we want him to be? Yes, we do. Is he going to be? No, he's not. I'm telling you. Tate, that dude Tate on YouTube?
Yeah.
What he said is, he said, first, they'll lie about you. Second, they'll put you in jail. And third, they'll kill you. But he said, but they wouldn't have to kill Trump because he's old and they'll just ride him out and then he'll be gone. That's the way our government works. All you got to do is follow the money. Like Chris Tucker said in Rush Hour, follow the money, and the money goes to that, what did I say, Rockwell, or
it's
the ones who have all the military contracts. You are letting those people play with your lives, man. And you know what? If they reinstitute the draft, reinstate the draft, tell them to F off, man.
Yeah.
If you got to do time, do time. Hey, Muhammad Ali didn't go to Vietnam. He did okay.
Yeah, he turned out pretty good. Yeah, but he was a phenomenal fighter. What do we have to offer?
Phenomenal
We've
facts.
got a great podcast. You can't send us. We might be able to
But
get
you
to
know,
that
they
point,
didn't
though.
let him fight for years.
Really?
Yeah, they basically, for the great fighter that he wasn't even really there during his prime.
Wow.
So just think of what he could have done.
Or
but
what
yeah,
he couldn't have done. What if he got taken out in his prime?
Yeah, if he would have went to Vietnam, he might have.
Yeah. So anyway.
There you go, Fly fan. I'm telling you, until this country purifies itself.
We've reinstated the draft. You're going. I'm going for a motorcycle ride.
There you go. There you go. We done?
Oh, yeah, we're done. We'll see you maybe next week. No promises. But, yeah, we'll do something.
Here it is, the moment they've been waiting for. They tried to shut us down, but my God will not be ignored. Prepare yourselves for battle, prepare yourselves for war. This is like nothing else they ever seen before.
Yes, young on the beat.
Oh my God, this is the squad, yeah. Hero gang. Oh my God, this is the squad, yeah. Hero gang. Oh my God, this is the squad, yeah. Hero gang. Hero gang.
You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I'm like, oh yeah. Supposed to be the hero, I'm the bad guy. Bad guy.
Yes, young on the beat.
Oh my God, this is the squad, yeah. Hero, oh my God, this is the squad, yeah. Hero gang. Oh my God, this is the squad.
Point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.